Those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
Welcome to the Ask the Experts Show with local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Enjoy being educated in such topics as personal injury law, community association law, family law, bankruptcy law, along with health show topics like pain management, men's health, and dental implants. Now, sit back and enjoy today's Ask the Experts with host Steve-O.
Hey, we are on, this is our new time slot now. We're on 6 to 7 every Monday and Thursday. So you got us all the way home. I promise you, tonight's shows will be so entertaining. Hey, our first show, everybody talks about real estate in South Florida. Our first show is with attorney Marlon Weiner. And she even brought her husband with her today, who we've been spending about the last 30 minutes talking about wine. But Marlon, I got to tell you, this is your third show.
Yes.
It's like you've been doing this forever. So
You're
welcome back.
Very kind, Steve.
No,
Thank you.
You just amazing. And we're going to actually get to basics today, talking about real estate. But first, tell everybody about your firm, because we've got basically a whole new audience.
Okay, terrific, Steve. Always good to be here with you.
She's buttering me up already.
It's not hard. I am a real estate and business transactional attorney. My main office is in Boca. I also have an office in Aventura. Split my practice pretty much between the two areas. And for purposes of our show today on real estate law, cover really every kind of real estate transaction, buying and selling residential property, commercial property, leases, financing,
What's
start
the
to
market
finish.
like, especially here in Palm Beach?
It's strong. It's a strong market right now. We are seeing a very strong influx of buyers from the Northeast.
I was going to ask you, because people have got to, with the taxes they pay in New York, I heard people are coming down to Florida in the droves.
It is true. It is true. And not just the Northeast. I've actually had a couple of inquiries this month from people from California. Another one of our,
that is amazing.
Yes, another one of our very high tax states.
Because you would think they'd go to Texas or somewhere like that.
But New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, we are really seeing a flow to Florida, and it is not just people retiring. It's a lot of young families saying, this is the time.
Wow. So we have a lot of New York listeners that listen to our show online. First of all, give everybody your phone number.
Sure. It's 561-443-7124.
And you have got such a dynamite website.
Thank you, mwfloridalaw.com.
So we're going to talk about the basics today. And I like the way you put it. These are questions that people have during the week, and that's kind of what you like to use for your show.
Yeah, well, these are the kind of things I really get questions and emails about literally every day. People hear terms, they're confused by it, and they ask me, and sometimes come with a lot of misinformation. And I try to give them, the information they really need to make some good decisions. And so basic terms, simple but important. What's a deed? Well, a deed is the document, the instrument that conveys real estate.
Is it different by state?
Yes.
Okay.
There's different terms, there's different requirements, but for Florida purposes, okay, we have 3 different kinds of deeds in Florida, and this is really something I get questions about all the time, because people often ask about a quitclaim deed, or as some of my clients call it, a quick claim deed. No, it's a quit claim deed, not a quick claim deed. But we have, that's one of the common questions. But we really have 3 kinds of deeds. And the difference between them is based on the quality of deed and what is standing behind it. We start with what's called a general warranty deed, the best quality of deed, the most typical. what I would be giving to you if I were selling my house to you, Steve.
Okay.
A general warranty deed is basically telling you.
This is your 24-bedroom,
Exactly.
16 bed.
My
Okay.
mansion up in Palm
Okay.
Beach that I'm selling to you, Steve. That, I am telling you, Steve, that I'm giving you good, clear title, and I will defend it if you come to me, okay, and say what happened here, and that my title is clear for everybody who held title before me.
Do you do title work?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm a title and closing agent.
Because in Florida, you can actually choose your title company. Is that right?
Depending on your contract. We'll
Is
get
it by county, isn't it?
It's by county.
Okay.
It's the custom of the county. Here in Palm Beach County, the typical contract, the seller would select the title and closing
Okay.
agent. When we go further south in Broward and Miami-Dade, the buyer typically selects the title and closing agent. But getting back to deeds, so the best deed and the typical deed that we'll get in our typical transactions, what's called a general warranty deed, and always really backed up by title insurance.
Okay.
So somebody shouldn't be uncomfortable signing a general warranty deed because our title insurance is
You've done
standing.
all the search.
Exactly. Your title insurance policy is going to back you up. You're not going out on a limb. The next kind of deed is what's called a special warranty deed, a little bit more limited, and this is the deed that you're going to get if you buy a house from a developer, okay? They're going to give you a special warranty deed which says, I'm warranting you're getting good title, but I'm telling you only about title during the time I've owned the property. I'm not going back in time. But once again, that title insurance policy is backing up the deed that they're giving you. So again, I'm not concerned when a developer is giving my client a special warranty deed, so long as we've got that title insurance policy
Can we
behind
trust
it.
most developers?
I would say most of the developers that I've dealt with in Palm Beach County, for my
Okay.
clients, have done good work.
Because I've heard some of the homeowners association, when the developer turns it over to them, they found
Again,
that
there
some of them owed some
certainly
money.
we have horror stories, and we've all heard them. But I think that the good developers who weathered the storm after the crash,
So they've
who
been weeded out now.
have the good track record, and
Because there's
not-
so much building always going on
Yeah.
in South Florida.
yeah. But
It's
I think
incredible.
I think it's like everything else. I think people need to do their homework.
You know what? I
Yeah.
forgot to ask this because we promote you coming on
Yeah.
too. And we had one of our listeners ask if you do commercial work too.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I wanted to throw that in because I didn't want to forget that.
Yes. I
So you do residential and
residential,
commercial.
but commercial work. I've done buying and selling shopping centers, medical office buildings, office condos, all
How
sorts of
can
things.
people buy a house and not have an attorney look over the contract? Why would anyone even try to do it themselves?
Listen, obviously, I'm an attorney. I'm
That's
going to
what
tell
I'm
you
saying.
that I think that it's a small amount of money relative to what they're going to spend on a home or a commercial purchase. It's money well spent to have the eyes of somebody who has the experience to know what to look for. It's prudent. And just to slow down. I know people are making decisions. There's a lot of excitement, a lot
Right.
of passion, but slow it down. Take a day, take a couple of days, hire an attorney,
I've
let
heard
them
a lot
lead.
of people don't even know what's in their home insurance, what the contracts state, until something goes wrong.
Unfortunately, that's usually when everybody's looking through their contract
Exactly.
is to try to find out, oh, do I have some protection? Is there something in here to help me? And, we do our best job as attorneys when we get involved early and make sure those protections are in the contracts.
Absolutely.
And, we like to start with our clients early.
And what's the third deed?
The third deed is the quitclaim, not the quitclaim deed, the quitclaim. And that deed basically is saying to you, Steve, I'm deeding you my interest in the property, but I may not even have an interest in the property. I'm giving you what I've got, but I'm not telling you I really have anything. What I've got, I'm giving you, but I might not. I'm warranting you, not really. Okay, what I've got, I give you. It's the least quality deed.
Oh, okay.
And we use it typically in transactions where we're transferring interest between family members.
Okay.
Often used in estate planning, divorce proceedings where we're transferring interest between spouses. It's not the deed you want when you are paying somebody good money for the property. Okay? It has a place, it's a technique, but it's not the deed of quality when you're really buying real estate. It has a use, but it's not really for an arm's length transaction.
Okay, that one is you probably do not want to do.
No, to me, and often they raise a red flag in the chain of title. And most times when you see them, let's put this, many times, people have done them themselves.
Why do they refer to the ladybird deed?
A ladybird deed is a very interesting technique. Okay, it's really used for estate planning.
Okay.
It's called a ladybird deed, and if this is going to age us all, but it really refers to Lady Bird Johnson.
Does it really? Okay.
Yes.
That's
wife,
my country.
Exactly.
Texas.
The wife of President Johnson, because it was a technique that was used or maybe even developed, when she was doing estate planning. And it's a deed that basically allows somebody to deed the property to themselves for life, remainder to typically children, but it could be not children, but, to somebody else. So deeding the property to yourself for life, and upon your death, automatically going to what's called the remainder man, to the people who are going to get the property upon your death. The beauty of it is that it's automatic. The person dies, the property automatically transfers to those heirs. Beautiful, easy, and outside of probate. The other beautiful thing about it is the person who owns the property retains full power and control during life. So, if that person changes their mind, all of a sudden decides, you know what, I'm mad at my son or daughter and I'm not leaving them the property, they can redeed it. They can change their mind. Or if they decide to sell the property, you know what, I'm not staying in this home anymore, they can sell it. And they do not need the children, whoever they were leaving it to join in that conveyance. So they retain complete control during life, but if they make no other changes, they have an automatic, disposition of the property upon their death. So it's a really clever technique that, we use quite often in Florida.
We're going to go to break. First of all, give everybody your phone number.
561-443-7124.
And your website?
mwfloridalaw.com.
And you know what? I bet you in the next couple of days, they can go back and watch today's show on your website.
We do post it.
Very good. We're going to go to break. If you'd like to call in here, our number is 888-565-1470. 888-565-1470. If you have a question for Marlon, you can give her a call. We'll be right back.
The law firm of Marlon J. Wiener, PA, is a small, focused South Florida law firm delivering high-quality legal services in a personal way. Her firm concentrates on real estate law, business transaction, and acting as a title and closing agent. Attorney Wiener combines over 30 years of solid real estate and business law expertise with understanding and compassion for her clients' needs. Attorney Marlon Wiener works with homeowners and local and foreign real estate investors who are buying and selling Florida real estate. She assists with deed transfers, residential and commercial sales and leases, title insurance, first-time home buying, and loan closings. Whether you are buying or selling residential or commercial real estate, you need sound legal advice. The law office of Marlon J. Wiener, PA, can help. To schedule a consultation, please call 561-443-7124.
And we are back. This is the Ask the Expert show. I'm host Steve O. We do a show 5 years every Monday and Thursday now from 6 to 7 on your drive. We're on 1470 AM, 95.3 FM, 96.9 FM, and 103.9 FM. And we're here with Marlon Weiner. Did I say that right?
No, but it's okay. Weiner.
But it's
I
W-I.
know. Ask my grandparents.
It took
I
me
can't explain.
an hour to change from W-E-I-N to W-I.
I know. I'll never be able to explain it.
And she's a local attorney here. Her practice is in Boca and Aventura. And she does real estate law, which is what we're talking about today. And you're coming back, I think, is it next week? Or
I think we're doing the 26th this month.
26th, right after Christmas. And it's such a pleasure doing the show with you because you don't talk over our heads. You explain it like you were a school teacher, and you break it
I am the daughter
down.
of a school teacher. Maybe it.
Hey,
it got
I
in.
know you've got kids that might be listening to the show, and they can call us in if they're listening. 888-565-1470. We had another email that someone asked us. They knew the show was coming on tonight about these reverse mortgages.
Yes.
And it's for someone who's older,
Yes.
and they're a little concerned about could they lose their house.
Well, the reverse mortgages have become more regulated in the last few years. So they're not the predatory loans that
They used to be, right?
Exactly, they used to be. So they have become more regulated. There are restrictions in the amount that you can borrow under reverse mortgage. There are requirements that you have to show the ability that you can afford to pay the real estate taxes, that you can afford to pay
So there are fees you have to pay.
you have to be able to maintain your home, okay, so that you don't lose it because you couldn't afford to pay your real estate taxes and insurance. So there are some safeguards now built into the reverse mortgage programs that are available. So they're not as risky as they were 5 or 10 years ago.
So if you had a client that asked you and they would qualify,
It depends what they're going to be using the funds
okay.
for, okay? And, what are their needs? What is their plan? For some people, I just really had this with my great aunt who just passed away, who took a reverse mortgage. After her husband passed away, she needed it to provide for these last years of life.
right?
Took a certain amount. The way they did the loan, it provided a monthly income for her, okay? And it did. It provided sufficient income.
Did what it was supposed to
It did
do.
what it was supposed to do. When she passed away, this is about 2 months ago, and we worked through the numbers. At the end of the day, though, there was no equity left in the home. And that's a typical scenario with a reverse mortgage, okay? That's it. There's nothing left to sell for anything to be left to give to her children, but it accomplished her goals.
I got
Which
you.
that equity, was
So
taken out.
everybody is different.
Everybody,
depending on their
exactly.
situation.
Everybody's needs are different. I don't believe it's supposed to be used as a cash register, okay, to live, high on the hog.
Right.
But there are people that it's appropriate for, I think, if you're, facing excessive medical bills, if you need it for monthly expenses, I think you really need to look at it on a case-by-case basis. The issue that most of my clients face is the exit strategy. What happens when, the individual passes away? Most people think the house just kind of disappears, and that's not the case, okay?
I thought, aren't houses insured like if you pass away?
It just disappears? No, it doesn't, okay? There is a process that you have to go through when, the person who owned the home, who took out the reverse mortgage, passes away. There's options, okay? And there's a process, and you have to work with the lender to figure out what is the best option for the family to deal with the property. If you had a reverse mortgage of $200,000 and the house is worth $400,000, the logical thing would be to sell it.
Right,
okay?
exactly.
Equity distributed to whoever's left. But if it's the reverse situation, you have a $400,000 mortgage and the house is worth $200,000. There's no reason. There's nothing to sell. So in that situation, you're staring down really two options. Working with the lender to take the property back, which is a process called deed in lieu of foreclosure, or if that's not available, and there's a number of reasons why a bank won't work with you, you have to really wait and let the bank foreclose on the property. They actually go through that full process. Deed in lieu of foreclosure will be available only if you kind of meet the bank's requirements. You can't have any other debt on the property. Can't be another mortgage. Can't have any
Can't have a second.
Exactly. Can't have any judgments against it from other creditors. Can't be behind on your HOA or condo fees. Okay, so you've got to meet all their requirements. Can't be behind on your real estate taxes. You've got to be clean. In the case of my great aunt who just passed away, we were able to check every box, and the lender accepted it. And in fact, gave what was called cash for keys. We gave them such a clean package, they actually gave my cousins a little cash settlement for making it so nice and easy for them. But we were able to meet the requirements. So, you have to look carefully at it.
There's, and this is such a hot market. Like you said, a lot of people are moving down here. What are some of the hot areas?
Well,
because I'm sure each county has their own.
Each
So you
county,
got Palm Beach, you got Dade, you got Broward, you got Martin.
Every place has, their strong areas. I mean, here, you and I are sitting here in Boca. I mean, it amazes me when I drive up, for example, Lyons Road, in Boca and Delray, and I see what, you talk about builders, talk about GL, I think one of the great builders, and what they have done on Lyons Road and the communities that have been built there. It's amazing to me.
Wow.
We have thousands of homes that have been built there in the last 5 years.
Did you see the story on the news last night? It was a commercial real estate company who met all their goals. Did you see that? The owner.
Oh, yes, he gave
$10
million.
One lady opens up her check, $50,000.
Yeah.
But they met all their goals, I guess, for development. So real estate's just great to be in. I think what hurts real estate, because a lot of people want to get into it. And there's a lot of competition out there.
Well, hopefully healthy competition.
Yes.
Okay, that raises the bar for everybody. But this is still an area. I mean, I say to people, I think the statistics still are that 1,000 people a week move to Florida. It might even be, the numbers might even be higher this year. So still, people want to move here. We're grappling with, scarcity of land at this point in South Florida, in Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach County. We're running out of land to build on. That's an issue. It's a challenge.
Well, I got to tell you, this is the fastest 30 minutes. It does go by so fast. We didn't even get to half of the questions I had today.
We'll roll them over for next time, Steve.
You're going to be back next month. I want to wish you and your husband happy Hanukkah.
Well,
and
thank you.
Happy
You
and
too.
healthy New Year. And we are so lucky to have your firm. Give everybody your phone number.
561-443-7124.
Folks, give her a call tomorrow. Any kind of real estate problem you have, and we're going to be talking about business next, but I really feel so good about Marlon, and I'm telling you, I guess you can call this an endorsement. We're going to do that, and we're going to go to break right now. Before we go to break, give everybody your website.
Sure, mwfloridalaw.com.
And listen, if you've got questions, you can always email me at Stephen@AskTheExpertsRadioShow.com, and we'll be more than happy to ask Marlon if you've got questions for her. Love having you on. Love meeting your husband. We'll see you again soon.
Terrific.
This month.
Great being with
and
you,
we're going to
Steve.
go to break. When we come back, we're going to be talking about estate planning. We'll be right back.